How we doing today, guys? It's Sam and Ethan here with your weekly fishing report. Rockfish are closed, but we still got a lot of stuff going on. So I know one thing you've been doing a lot is slipping out for the cats. So why don't you go over what you're going to be doing for them?
So we've been getting into some real big catfish around the mouths of the rivers. Magothy, Severn, Hickory Point area is always really good to try. And for that, you're going to want to use the smelliest bait possible, which here is our fresh LY. We just got these back in for the season. They are a great cut bait because they put out a strong scent into the water. You can rig them up on some big 5 or 6/0 circle hooks with either a fish finder rig or just your standard sinking rig. Still is allowed to slide up and down a little bit there, which helps out. You're going to be getting into some pretty big blue and channel cats pretty commonly. It's been pretty active now that it's warming up.
And as far as places to go, I mean, they're pretty much everywhere. You can catch them in the middle part of the river systems over here. The mouth has really been great, especially on those outgoing tides, pushing that bait fish out, colliding with the catfish, but also just fishing out on the main stem of the bay. Anywhere north of the bridge has been great, along with some of your bigger rivers too, like the Potomac and the Patuxent are almost always going to produce catfish this time of the year. Aside from catfish, snakehead fishing is starting to heat up. We've had a lot of fish wade in for our tournament. Some of your typical areas like Lower Blackwater, Transquakin, Chickamaucomico, places like that. As far as baits used, why don't you show them a few of these? I know just low and slow presentations this time of the year. You're not trying to do anything too aggressive.
Thus far, the topwater bite has been very slow. So most of the action's been subsurface. People are having a lot of luck with weedless swim bait setups. That seems to be the hottest item that I've heard of right now. The other fantastic options, as always, are going to be your standard chatterbaits and inline spinners. We have some of them here from Addiction Baits. They're always well made. As well as your Z-Man swim jigs for a little more finesse action. We also have the SS Custom chatterbait for you to give a try. You trail a 4-inch paddle tail or so behind those chatterbaits, you're going to get some action for sure, subsurface.
You know, I absolutely love inline spinners this time of the year because it's something you can fish. It still has big flash to it, still a bigger profile, and you're still getting that big bait profile without too much, aggressive reaction base. These are really hard to beat this time of the year, as well as swim jigs. Once again, you're bulking up that profile, but you don't have a blade out in front. You're really still staying kind of finesse for them. And that's really what you want to do. But as those days warm up, especially in the evenings here, I'd have no problem fishing some of these bladed baits here in the past week. And then wrapping over to shad fishing, it's such a fun way to fish. And you're fishing in some of the areas that you found your white perch and your yellow perch spawn in. And as far as baits to use, it's hard to beat just shad darts. I mean, they've been out forever, and the name puts them right in there. They're fabulous, but spoons are also another great thing. Whether you want to rig them in tandem here or you want to rig just a straight up spoons, the Castmasters are fabulous. And the cool thing about them is when you're over top of them, they're pretty easy to catch. It's a pretty slow, methodical rate. You can pop the rod a little bit. It's just a really fun way to fish. And when you get over the top of them, I mean, you can catch 150 of them in an hour if you really are on top of them.
Very hard fighting fish for their size as well.
Absolutely.
So it's a lot of fun when you're getting off the small fish you've been catching, like the perch recently.
And people have been doing well on them too. I've seen some both on the shore and the upper parts over here on the west side. So definitely a lot of stuff to do besides rockfish. So thank you guys for stopping by, and good luck to you this week.
Good luck.